Alone in his Kabul fortress, Babur stared at a map. A lost world, Samarkand, his ancestral dream. Won, then lost. Now just a memory. Driven from his homeland, he was a king, with nowhere left to go. His loyal generals, his begs, grew restless. Kabul was poor, a cage. They faced another bleak winter, their ambitions starving. Babur knew he needed a new path, for his small kingdom too. Would fracture. Secret message arrived. A scroll from Hindustan, offering chaos. Sultan Ibrahim Lodi, ruler of Delhi, hated. His own nobles plotted his downfall, an opportunity veiled in treachery. Babur looked to Timur's ancient banner. This wouldn't be a mere raid like his ancestors. This would be permanent. He would conquer, not just plunder. A new empire, forged from exile. In the Kabul bazaar, he declared his intent, a new destiny across the mountains. A rich land awaiting conquest. His words, a desperate promise of wealth, ignited hope and fear. In the smoky forge, the tools of empire took shape. Ottoman master gunners cast bronze cannons, loaded matchlock muskets, new terrifying weapons for a new terrifying war in India. His own son, Humayun, brought news. Daulat Khan Lodi, the supposed ally, was raising his own army. Babur merely smiled. In this game, everyone was an obstacle. Eventually, the mighty Indus. This was the point of no return. Babur watched his small army, men and horses, struggle across the vast river. Behind lay failure, ahead, a perilous future. In the Punjab, they drew first blood. Daulat Khan's forces, despite their numbers, swiftly scattered, a brutal prelude to the real war. As dusk fell, a breathless messenger arrived. Sultan Ibrahim Lodi, enraged, marched north with his entire host. The bait had been taken, the true conquest, the battle for India, was about to begin.
Across mountains and rivers, destiny marched forward.
Beyond the Indus, Hindustan unfolded. A new land, a new suffocating heat. Babur, ever the general, first had to see, to understand the flat, alien world he intended to conquer. The invitation proved to be a viper's welcome. Daulat Khan Lodi, the man who called him, now saw Babur as a rival. The treachery was immediate. In India, it seemed, every ally was a hidden blade. Daulat Khan's army, confident in its numbers, moved to block the path. It was their first brutal mistake. Babur's hardened cavalry, veterans of 100 Central Asian skirmishes, hit them like a steel wedge. The true test, Lahore, a great walled city. But Babur had a secret, a terror unknown to India. His Ottoman cannons spoke, and the ancient walls began to crumble. The city fell, and with it, the spoils, the wealth of the Punjab poured into his coffers. Gold, jewels, silks. This was no longer a desperate gamble. It was a profitable enterprise. But Babur was more than a warlord. In the midst of war, he observed, he sketched the strange new animals, the birds, the people, a curious mind, cataloguing a world he now intended to rule. News of Lahore's fall slithered south to Delhi, to the court of the Sultan, Ibrahim Lodi. He was arrogant, proud. He dismissed Babur as a mere mountain raider, a temporary problem. But as Babur pressed further, Lodi's arrogance turned to fury. This was not a raid. This was an invasion. This was an insult. The Sultan's rage was absolute. News of Lahore's fall slithered south to Delhi, to the court of the Sultan, Ibrahim Lodi. He was arrogant, proud. He dismissed Babur as a mere mountain raider, a temporary problem. But as Babur pressed further, Lodi's arrogance turned to fury. This was not a raid. This was an invasion. This was an insult. The Sultan's rage was absolute.
We must secure the route through the Khyber Pass.
Yes, but the fort at Milwat must fall first.
The Mughals arrived first. From a small rise, Babur looked out. In the distance, a sprawling city of tents. Ibrahim Lodi's army. It stretched for miles. A colossal force. His men were silent, overwhelmed. Babur surveyed the plain. Panipat, flat, featureless, yet perfect for his strategy. He dismounted, walked the ground. This narrow strip of land would be their fortress, their trap. To his right, the small walled town of Panipat itself. Anchor our line, he commanded. Soldiers moved swiftly, occupying houses, barricading streets. The town walls became their shield, an unassailable flank. Then came the unusual order. Bring me carts, Babur declared. Every cart. His men, though perplexed, obeyed. Hundreds of heavy wooden bullock carts were gathered. A strange request, with a deadly purpose. Through carefully measured gaps in the Araba, Babur placed his cannons. His Ottoman gunners under Ustad Ali Kuli heaved the heavy bronze artillery into position, protected, concealed, ready to unleash terror. Behind the Araba, Mustafa Rumi's musketeers took their positions, protected by the carts. Their matchlock rifles rested on tripods, aimed at the gaps. A deadly hail of fire awaited Lodi's charge. To his left, a different defense. Dig, Babur ordered. Trenches were carved, trees felled, a barricade of sharpened branches pointed outward. The trap was now a U-shape, impenetrable on three sides. For 8 long days, the standoff continued. Lodi's vast army made no move, content to wait, to starve the small Mughal force. Tension mounted, supplies dwindled. Babur's patience wore thin. Lodi wouldn't attack. Babur knew he needed to provoke him. 4,000 horsemen, he commanded, hit his camp. Tonight, do not win, just wake him up, make him angry, make him move. The trap was ready. Now, the prey needed to enter.
A banner rises, signaling the storm about to break across the plains.
Ibrahim Lodi, enraged, mounted his personal war elephant. His pride, wounded. His patience, gone. He gave the order, not a strategic assault, but a full, crushing, punitive charge. Forward, his voice roared. The signal was given. Thousands of war drums began to beat. A single, unified, earth-shaking thrum, the sound of an empire's wrath. The Lodi army advanced, a moving forest of steel, a sea of men, 70,000 strong, shouting, chanting, an unstoppable tide rolling across the plain of Panipat. At the very front, the vanguard, 1,000 war elephants, armored, painted, colossal beasts, their purpose simple, to smash Babur's line and trample his small army into the dust. Behind them, the Lodi heavy cavalry, tens of thousands of horsemen, broke into a full gallop, a massive thundering wave of metal and horseflesh aimed straight at Babur's center. This was the killing blow. He charged near Babur's line, but what was this? Carts? Not men. The cavalry, confused by the strange barricade, slowed. They bunched together, compressing, funneling themselves into a dense, perfect kill zone. Babur, watching from his command post, saw it. The compression, the perfect fatal moment. He raised his hand, held it for one silent beat, then dropped it. A sharp single motion. The command Anna was given. Ustad Ali Kuli shouted the order, "Da!" Fire. He touched the lit match to the fuse, a deafening, world-shattering boom, the sound of a new age. Solid iron cannonballs tore through the packed ranks. Men and horses were annihilated. A red mist erupted from the center of the charge. The Lodi assault stopped, instantly, frozen in chaos and terror. Solid iron cannonballs tore through the packed ranks. Men and horses were annihilated. A red mist erupted from the center of the charge. The Lodi assault stopped, instantly, frozen in chaos and terror. The wind howls across Panipat. Babur's camp stands silent. Warriors awake, hungry, waiting for a battle that refuses to begin. Supplies vanish, morale fades. Babur stares into the dark. One decision left, force Lodi's hand or starve beneath the stars. In a tent lit by one flickering lamp, Babur speaks softly. If he will not come to war, we shall bring it to him. 50 chosen men, faces smeared with soot, horses tense. Not a word spoken, only the whisper of blades leaving their scabbards. The gate of the wagon fort creaks open. They vanish into fog and moonlight, silent phantoms carrying Babur's fury. Ibrahim Lodi's vast camp lies unaware, elephants chained, soldiers dreaming, destiny closing in under the cover of night. A single spark, then chaos. Powder explodes, tents ignite, and the sky turns red. The Lodi camp erupts in confusion. Ibrahim storms from his tent, sword drawn, eyes blazing. His pride burns brighter than the fires consuming his camp. The raiders return through smoke and dust, some wounded, some gone forever. Behind them, an empire's wrath now fully awake. Babur watches the horizon ignite. Tomorrow, the storm will break, and history will remember this night, the night he lit the war.